Hi Libra. Welcome to Libra season. Happy birthday. I hope you guys are doing well. When we shifted from the Virgo sun to the Libra sun yesterday, everything felt a little bit wonky. The equinox sort of like threw everybody off a little. And that's sort of the theme for your season. And I know that you are so much looking for balance. And I feel like the reason why we're going through all of this during your season is to cultivate our own sense of balance and not really rely on our environment or the things that are happening around us. As we watch Mercury shift into Scorpio and go retrograde in mid-October, we're also watching Venus move into Virgo. So your ruling planet is going to be having some interesting interactions with everything that's going on in Capricorn, as your sun is also having interesting interactions with everything going on in Capricorn, and Mercury is retrograde. So we have this Mars retrograde in Aries that's just opposite everything that's happening with you. There's going to even be a point in the first week of October where most of the energy is on one side of the hemisphere. Most of the energy is on one side of the horizon, and there's like literally nothing going on anywhere else on the other side. So the balance in Libra season is really the off balance of Libra season. And I know that you guys are all about the scales and wanting to have that sort of balance in your life. And so this is a time for you to start clearing things out and recognizing what is creating your instability. Not the planets creating your instability, but what is it in your environment that's creating your instability, because you are finding that self-worth. You're realizing that self-worth. It's becoming more and more apparent and more clear every single day that the higher your vibration is and the more that you're resonating with love and beauty and acceptance, and you're detaching yourself, not avoiding, there's a difference, right? Not avoiding the things that need to be taken care of, but detaching yourself from the emotional reactions of everything sort of being off kilter, you see? So, these planetary things that are happening in October, I feel like it's giving us a chance to really do a deep clean in our lives and really allow our environments to direct where the trash is going to go and what we're going to keep and what's going to be thrown away. And that kind of acceptance, that's kind of a big deal. When a Libra has to finally accept that it's time to release the old and step into the new, it can be really sort of scary, and that can make you feel even more off. So let's see. We have the full moon in Aries on October 1st as well. That's going to be a really good time of releasing, because you're releasing for yourself. You're releasing for the greater good. You're finding that balance within. It's almost as if you're alchemizing the energy. And what is alchemizing the energy? It's changing one element into another. So you're taking the manifestations of your mind, the energy of your mind and the manifestations of your mind, and you're making it real. And you're creating that realness within. Let's get one more card. I was only going to go with 5, and they were like, nope, we have one more that's coming. What is it that you want? So paying attention to the details is going to be a big theme for you, because of everything that's happening in the sky, you will be, it'll be easy for you to miss the steps. it'll be easy for you to skip the steps. And what do I mean by that? When you're not being really super aware of what the next step is supposed to be, and you want to just hurry up and get there, right? You want to go from 0 to 100 really, really fast and not take all the steps in between. There are some vital, fundamental items that you could possibly miss in getting there. So really paying attention to all the details. We have the 8 of Pentacles. That's going to be where your balance is, right? With Temperance, you could also be dealing with the Sagittarius energy. And then we have you here with the Queen of Swords. You're being very decisive with the energy. You're being very decisive with what it is that you want in your life. You're being very, like, I'm not going to put up with people coming at me and projecting at me anymore, right? Almost even to the point, so we also have the Knight of Swords here. Hold on one second. I'm going to change the, I'm going to darken this up just a little bit. Just give me 1 second. Here we go. It's like really super bright. I don't know. Thanks, guys, for letting me do that. Okay, so you don't want to do the fighting anymore. The rushing into things is going to be what it is that sort of sets you off. And that can really be a big trigger for a Libra if you rush. If you move too fast and you skip the details, because what's going to happen is during Mercury retrograde, you're going to have to come back and reassess all of that anyways. So if you have to go back and reassess things, the easiest possible way for you to get through that, because Mercury will move back into your sign and then it'll square off with Jupiter and Pluto and Saturn again in Capricorn. So when it does that, it's going to say, did you learn the lesson? Did you reassess this? Because then it's going to go direct again in Libra, and then it's going to square with Jupiter, Pluto, and Capricorn. Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn all in Capricorn. Again, twice, right? So it'll sweep. And right now, we're at the Mercury square Saturn in Capricorn today. And then it goes retrograde on October 13th. In Scorpio, goes backwards and then comes forward. So recognizing where it is that you are going too fast, that's going to be a huge thing for you. So slow it down and allow yourself to really soak all of it in, right? The Hanged Man is asking you to slow it down just a little bit. And then we have the Page of Cups. And it's funny because as I'm even doing this reading, I'm feeling very scattered, and I'm a Libra rising, so this energy is going to be a lot of the same for me. So I'm feeling what it is that's going to be happening during this time, and it feels very scattered, and I'm having to constantly reset my energy so I don't move too fast. So I give you all the information that you need. So it's not something that I'm not forgetting something or skipping something or pushing, too much, right? Whatever it is that you desire, it's coming to you. And allowing yourself to manifest the things that you truly desire there's a patience involved in it, and there's also an opportunity for you to look at things in a different way. So let's see what this 8 of Pentacles is, because I know that you've got your head down. I know that you're working really hard, and I know that sometimes that can be super monotonous. Are you... So you have a decision that you have to make about a Sagittarius or a water sign. You could be actually working with a water sign in order to gain more, is what I'm getting. And what I mean by gaining more this person is just naturally falling onto your path. Whether it's a water sign or whether it's just somebody who's very intuitive and maybe even has like prominent water placements, it doesn't have to be a water sun sign. Remember that. We carry all of the elements within ourselves. The Queen of Cups is somebody who is extremely intuitive. And she feels things, but I feel like you're working together towards a common goal. You're working together, you're building upon each other is what it feels like. And then we have the Two of Wands on Temperance. Temperance is the ultimate alchemy. It's about creating, right? But it's also about that balance. There's one foot on the earth and there's one foot in the water. There's a balance that's needed. There's one cup being poured into another of balance, right? And so that might really elude you this month. The balance might really, really elude you this month. But you're at that crossroads where are you going to decide to bring people along with you, or are you going to allow people to continue to knock you off balance during a very unbalanced season? You could also be dealing with a Gemini. But this, oh man, the alignment that's occurring for you guys during all of this, it's very interesting because having the Lovers, so you could be dealing with Gemini, but I feel like this is more about the divine masculine and the divine feminine within yourself coming together and really finding that alignment within yourself. This could, yes, have to do with a relationship with somebody that you have a very close connection with. And that it could be with this person that's really intuitive, this water sign that's very intuitive, or this water energy that's very intuitive. It's a very nurturing energy, and it's something that you're building with. But clearly creating the water and the earth and coming together and making that alignment with the air, right, and the fire. That feels like it's more of a journey, like the acceptance of a journey that you're on. I want you to be very, the only word that's coming to me for that, I want you to be very aware at who is trying to drag you down. So we have the Five of Swords on the Page of Swords. I want you to be extra, extra aware of those people that are constantly defying you. The other thing is that you can easily lie to yourself if you try to move too quickly. There's something that's been building, like you have really been building on. There's an energy that you've been building on and building on and building on and building on. And I think that you've been questioning it because it doesn't look exactly the way that you thought it was going to. It doesn't look, in your mind, you had this idea of what life was going to look like and who was going to be with you on the ride and how it was all going to happen and how it was going to play out. And you've seen in the last couple of months how certain people they're just not with you. And if they're acting like they're with you and then falling off and then coming back and being like, no, I was wrong, you've been having to balance out the energies of other people when in reality, all you have to do is focus on yourself and allow the attraction of those who are in your circle or in your soul group, if you will, to just show up for you. And that's what's been happening. And so there's this energy that you've been building on for the last couple of months. And it's sort of coming to a culmination for you in October because you're going to have this moment of realization where all this time you've been trying to force a certain path, or you've been trying to go down a certain path, and then you sort of get blindsided by people and situations, and you're like, oh wow, that's not the path I'm supposed to be on anymore. It's almost like the timeline jumped, right? And when that happens, you have to be able to look at this and discern it and say, am I going to go backwards? Am I going to regress with everybody else, or am I going to keep moving forward? And sure, the obvious answer is I want to move forward. I don't want to regress. I don't want to end up back where I was. I don't want to do that. That's the obvious answer, right? But are you really willing to do the work? And are you really willing to push forward? And who's going to be there with you while you're doing it? You see? We can say that we're going to do the work, and we can say that we want to do the work all week, until we're blue in the face. But there's clearly a time when you will question all of your abilities and who you are and how far you've come. And that's when you're going to have to look at everything and be like, what is the illusion? What is that one thing that keeps on holding me back time and time and time again, and creating the stagnancy that you no longer want to have? I almost said that I no longer want to have. That was a Freudian slip. Let's see what this Hanged Man is. Yes. Oh my God, I love this reading. Look at this showing up at the bottom of the deck. There's the Empress. Love it, love it. So we have the Three of Cups on the Hanged Man. So while you're busy being stagnant and having to look at things in a different way, because those pauses in life, we absolutely need to have them. We've been getting the Hanged Man quite a bit this year, and the reason why is because we've been on a forced pause all year long. And the reason why we've been on that forced pause is because we have to reassess the way that we've been living. I don't know if you've noticed, but the world has kind of been, and it's not even falling apart, it's coming together. But it looks like in the 3D mind, it looks like the world is falling apart. When in reality, we're just reassessing the things that we did in the past and having to correct it, right? So when it comes to that Three of Cups, and I'm not the reader that's going to go directly to a third-party situation, but if this is a third-party situation, whether it's a person, whether it's work, whether it's an addiction, doesn't matter what it is, you're having to really allow yourself to see who you have in your circle. Who are you surrounding yourself with? And are these people that you're surrounding yourself with, are they building you up, or are they tearing you down? And once you recognize who you have in your circle and who you have around you, that is going to be the indicator of your future success. The people that you have around you today will be an indicator of your future success. So if you want to have the people that keep on saying, oh, this is negative, and this is negative, and this is negative, and this is negative, you will continuously have a negative future. Maybe not. I'm just saying. We're not looking into the future, and we're not going back into the past. We're looking at the present moment. Every single day, you sit in a present moment of every single day and you reassess what your environment looks like and who you have around you. I guarantee you that you're always going to set yourself up for success. Because if you have negative people around you in the present moment that you don't want to bring into the future, it's time to move on. But why are you holding on to the people that are negative? You see? Because we are in a relationship, or we have a connection, or we have this, or we have that. It is not your job to clean them up. And it's not their job to clean you up. You have an amazing opportunity to get whatever it is that you want right now. You have an amazing opportunity to manifest with this Ace of Wands on the Page of Cups. Amazing opportunity. It's just being handed to you. Aces are gifts from the universe. And it's your birthday month. Accept the gift. Do you know what would block this gift? Feeling a sense of lack. Do you know what else would block this gift? Lying to yourself that you don't deserve it. Lying to yourself that what everybody says to you and projects onto you is the truth. Because baby, you deserve it. All of this hard work that you've been doing, yes, it comes with sacrifice, right? So we have the Empress and the Devil. Hard work, and sacrifice. You could be dealing with a Capricorn or even a Pisces energy too. And then we have the Sagittarius energy right here. They seem to be a little bit slow, but intentional at the same time. It feels slow but intentional. That Three of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, man, that's a conundrum. So towards the end of October, when we get to that full moon in Taurus on Halloween, on October 31st, there's going to be a full moon in Taurus. There are two full moons in October, one on October 1st and one on October 31st, and then there's going to be the new moon in Libra in between. When we get to that full moon, you will have a decision to make because it will be conjunct Uranus. And the sun will be opposite. You see? So it's shining light on how things need to change. And some of those things that need to change are going to be painful. But within all of the healing and the releasing and the healing and the letting go, you're creating a long-term stable future for yourself. It's almost like there's a final push for you to let go of those things that are dragging you down. And whether those things that are dragging you down are actually a person or a situation or a job or a family member or a family situation, or whether those things are just the ideas in your own mind. If you've let go of everything in your environment and you're still having problems progressing, that's a you thing. That's everything up in your own mind. Right? When it's nothing else, what else could it be? You. So the journey to your long-term stability and happiness lies within the decisions that you're going to be making in the next month. Happy birthday, Libra. So I have a new service, an introductory price for the Akashic Records reading. If you would like to look into the things, the Akashic Records reading is just your soul, basically. It's a whole lesson in your soul. I also have a Libra solar return reading special going on. All of that information is in the description box. If you would like to get a reading with me, it's all there. And I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing month. Don't forget the memberships. With the memberships, we've also added Reiki twice a month with the membership. So if you are a top tier member, you get the full moon and new moon rituals. You get Reiki twice a month and in a group Reiki session. You're also getting daily energy updates. You're getting mid-month love readings. There's a whole slew of things that you get with the memberships that you're not getting here. So come join us over there. It's as little as $6.99 a month for you to get extra readings and stuff. Plus you get discounts on some of the services that I do. So it's a pretty good deal. I love you guys. Please take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful birthday season, and I will see you very soon. Bye.